Kingdom Hearts can be very confusing, but I think I found a way to explain how and why all the time travel happens. I've spent weeks, and I can literally explain all the time travel on paper. I can draw you a diagram, and I can explain it, but that's boring. So before I do that next week, maybe, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to simplify the details, and I'm going to explain what actually happens in Kingdom Hearts. The Darkseeker saga takes place over the course of 9 very long video games. Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories, 358 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts 2, Coded, Dream Drop Distance, 0.2 A Fragmentary Passage, and Kingdom Hearts 3. After the story concluded, there was a ton of backstory added in the last 4 mobile games: Union Cross, Kai, Unchained, and Dark Road. And now that I have played absolutely everything, and I have studied absolutely everything, I'm going to tell you the story that Tetsuna Nomura wrote. Once upon a time, there was an evil wizard named Xehanort. When he was a kid, he was raised on an island all alone by a stranger. He was told that he would save the universe, that he was the child of destiny. Little did he know, he was the villain that the child defeats. Xehanort trained for years to become the hero. He made a very close friend named Ericus, and they played chess every day, hundreds of games. Xehanort loved to win. He needed to win, and he hated losing. One day, after a horrible tragedy changed him, Xehanort wanted to use the power of darkness. He wanted to find a magical place called Kingdom Hearts. See, it's the name of the games. It was a big heart-shaped moon with incredible, vague powers. And with control over this moon, he could use its energy to fix all the worlds, to destroy everything, and make it the way it was generations ago. He wants to restore the universe by destroying it. He would unite the universe, and he would be the child from Destiny Islands the legends spoke of. After almost 70 years of studying myths and magic, he was old, he was tired, he was Leonard Nimoy. But he knew he was so close to saving the universe, so he did something evil. He stole a boy named Terra's body. He killed his best friend, banished the best woman in the universe to darkness, and put a lost, scared boy in a coma. He was evil, but he couldn't see it. His plans were simple and clean. He would study something about the universe and plan a way to create and control Kingdom Hearts. He would trick someone with light to do his evil plans, and he would win every single time. But every single time, he would lose. The kid would grow too strong. Their light was too bright. He tried time and time again. No matter how many backup plans he used, he would lose. He killed his own friends and split himself in half. He became a shadow and whispered into a kid's mind across time. He created a cult determined to create immortal robot bodies. He would do anything he needed to fix the universe. But in the end, as much as he pretended to be all-knowing and all-powerful, he was running out of options. He had only one plan left. The first plan he learned all those years ago. He had moved through time. He had taught his younger self to do the same. But he couldn't remember what he did on his time-traveling adventure. He always bet that maybe he did win in the end, and he just forgot it. He knew everything was ready. His younger self had jumped through time, gathering all the failures from across time. Ansem, the shadow, Xemnas, the empty shell, Vanitas, the living darkness, the angry replica that yearned to be real. They all met and planned the final battle together. They tried to turn the hero into one of them. They tried to turn Sora to their side as he slept, but as always, they failed. And now, in the ancient graveyard of a long-lost war, they were ready. The 7 heroes of light and the 13 villains of darkness, at the crossroads of destiny. Ooh. Xehanort approached in his strongest form, and he unleashed the demon tide to destroy his enemies. And you know what? Against all odds, he won. As was foretold, darkness prevailed and light expired. And despite all the hero's great sacrifices and all the struggle he had caused, he had won. as fate intended, but nobody ever wins for long. This was just one reality in a sea of realities, and the Child of Destiny was just as stubborn as he was, just as determined to save the universe. So, Sora gathered his dead friends and went back, resurrecting them from the dead. He traveled back in time and entered his own heart and changed fate itself. He was in a new universe, one that would actually survive this battle. He spoke to Naminé, who was hiding in his heart all along, and asked her to call for help. And now, Xehanort's reckoning would arrive. Terra's lingering will, the remains of his soul, protected by the very man Xehanort had killed. The two clashed, and like dominoes, the events fell in place. Temporal ripples. The armies of the damned beat the demon tide. The seven lights each defeated their resurrected foes. Future Sora entered Terra's heart and helped him break free of his internal prison. He pushed Xehanort out of his body. It was over. Xehanort had lost. He was yet again in check, about to be checkmated. But he was just so stubborn. He refused to lose. He went back in time just like all the others. A new body with the same old face. He refused to die. He led his army of failed copies, his puppets possessed by long-dead failures. But it wasn't enough. He had forged the key that would let him control Kingdom Hearts. But that still wasn't enough. Every single story, every single battle, every single game went the same way. He would think he had won. Just like chess, they were in check. But the hero would have learned something along the way. They would have the power of friendship or some bullshit like that. They would be strong enough to beat him. And then he would be checked again. He could never win. He could only extend the game, make a new body, have a backup plan just in case, go back in time. It never worked. He was so tired. He was so angry. And it's then when Ericus appeared, looking at him with forgiving eyes. He knew why Xehanort was doing all this. And to everyone's surprise, he forgave him. Xehanort couldn't fight anymore. His followers were dead. He had lived 13 lives, and he had no more tricks up his sleeve. He had been bested, and his story was over. I can't wait for the next saga of Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is incredibly convoluted. It can be aggravating. It can have too many moving parts, but the emotional core is always there. When you hear that music and you see that beautiful tapestry of stained glass, it takes you over. It suspends your disbelief. It makes you forget all your problems and all the complex details and the things that don't seem to line up. They all fall away. I've been talking about this game for a long time, and I'm still not done yet. There are so many characters, so many details, but that's just the story so far. 13 games over 20 years, and there's no way it'll end anytime soon. Missing Link will add so many questions, and Kingdom Hearts 4 will be so pataphysical it hurts. They've already planted the seeds that will grow into the next 8 Kingdom Hearts games. But I'll still be here, talking about the most complicated story ever written. Anyway, I'm Aloni the Bard. Thanks for listening. Bye. That was a lot. I've rewritten this video for a very long time. I spent the last 3 weeks trying to unravel the Gordian knot that is Kingdom Hearts. I've written this video for literally years before this. Like, I've written versions of this video years ago. And I wrote so many scripts, frightening amounts of drafts. And some of them might actually become more detailed videos. But this concept, it changed so many times. Xehanort's plan, explaining time travel, Kingdom Hearts being convoluted. But I think the story needed to be explained as simply as possible. I haven't seen anyone just say it out loud. What just happened? It's been 20 years of content. It took a while to figure it all out. I hope you stick around. I'm definitely going to explain my time travel diagram. I even thought about using a whiteboard or like a chalkboard to explain it. Let me know if you want me to do that. It's actually really fascinating. There's like 4 ways to time travel, and if you include the Master of Masters stuff, there's like 5 different time loops. And none of them are paradoxes. It's incredible. As like a guy who loves studying time travel in writing, Kingdom Hearts has some of the most insane time travel I've ever seen. Like, some of them are actually closed loops, but only one of them actually has like a bootstrap paradox in it. It's pretty incredibly executed, like logic-wise. Anyway, check out my other video, and I think I'm gonna make a playlist of all of these Truth About episodes, because I've made a lot of these, and I haven't been talking about Souriku as much as I used to. So I feel like I need to like cut them into 2 pieces, because the Souriku stuff kind of already been talked about. But then there's all this lore stuff trying to explain what the game is actually about. I'm excited to see what I come up with next. It's actually very challenging to make a million videos about the same topic. Anyway, see you next time. See you loners later. Bye.